Good morning. This is Tommy at AldermanFarms, and
Patty, over
where's
here.
Patty? There she is. Patty's over there watering some plants, and we can't be on long because we got a lot of work today to do. But I just wanted to give you a brief update on the high tunnel. We got tomato plants that are growing up so big they're laying over. Um, the ones on the cattle panel have been clipped to the cattle panel, so that's good
Yep.
news. But we are, oh, and here's the seedlings that are growing.
Yeah, they're growing like crazy.
Wait, let me turn the microphone around.
They have been very, very neglected, but praise God, they're still coming up. Probably some of them haven't come up that should have come up by now, but they're doing really good. I'm very pleased. I'm a little behind, but that's okay. We've got a long summer.
Yeah.
This is my zucchini. I don't understand this though. I planted. This is zucchini. It's I don't know how many. 1, 2, 3. This is 18 zucchini, 18 yellow squash. I mean white squash, and then 36, I think, or 50 yellow squash. And they planted at the same time, and the zucchini's huge, and I just have like 3 yellow squash up. So I don't know. It's just odd how that's happened. Um, I do. This is okra seedlings. You don't normally, do plants for okra, but I've done it before and I love it. Okra takes a little while to come up, and you have to wait till May to put the seeds in the ground where it'll be warm enough. But I found that I can plant my plants out in May, and they do great. And I have okra a little earlier because it's a warm season thing. But I want to show you this too. Um, Right here is just, let's see, that says striped Roma, and then this is Amish paste tomatoes. And you see how they look. They look like normal tomato plants. But then right here, all day long I Eat Like a Shark sent us these micro dwarf tomatoes. And you see how little they are? They're a very compact tomato, and I believe they're going to be cherry tomatoes, or, that size tomatoes. But anyway, they can go in a pot. And I just was curious to play with them and see how they're doing. How they'll do. And then this is Swiss, what is that? Chard, but I can't. He sent me these seeds too. But anyway, you see how they're pretty and yellow. I've never eaten Swiss chard, and so I planted it just to see how that'll do. And I've just watered everything, so that's why some things are kind of droopy. But very pleased with the seedlings coming up.
Hey, Brenda.
I really didn't know if they were going to just all be dead. I've slipped out here and watered them some and asked Tommy to water them. But
All right. So you want to explain what we're going to be doing today, and I assume we're going to be videoing.
yeah, we'll video it. Today, these tomatoes here, if you want to show them, Tommy, they're on our cattle panels, and we've done them just like this the last year, I know, but maybe 2 years, but at least for the last year. And we just take these little clips. They're growing up here, and you just clip them on with a clip, and they grow up your panels, and it works wonderful. Now,
It's my favorite method.
yeah, but I know a lot of times in the high tunnel they use they call them tomato roller hooks, and actually what you do is you up on the top you see there, I think that's called rafters or trusses. Anyway, you run a wire along the top, on the top of them, and you attach it, and then you have the roller hooks that you hook up there with. It has a string, and you actually pull the string down and attach it to a tomato clip, just like we've used on the panels. And so they grow up the string, and you attach it to the string. I think it's going to be it's going to be a cheaper method than using all panels in here, because the panels are now, they're at least $20 a panel, and the tomato roller hooks were about, I think, $2 or under each. So, once we have, and we can reuse them too, not as long as the panels, of course, but anyway, so I'm curious to try that to see how that method works. But we've never done that before, and so I've got to look up on YouTube and see if I can find directions. So, but our tomato plants are doing wonderful. If you come right over here, Tommy. Oh, sorry,
Nice,
Tootsie. These are the let me see. celebrity tomatoes, and they have had blooms on them for a while. Let's see, you can see the yellow blooms right here on this one. And so I'm really pleased. I looked it up yesterday, and so I should be pretty set to have tomatoes at the opening of the market, barring anything happening.
I think you said it was 2 months from bloom to
Yeah,
tomato.
yeah, and so we've had blooms for a while. But, you know, these are determinate tomatoes. They're going to give a big flush of tomatoes and be over with. But I did plant some heirlooms out here just to see how they did in the high tunnel. The heirlooms are not determinate, they're indeterminate, so they're going to grow tall. And so I really wanted them on the string too. But I was surprised. Look what I saw when I came in today. I have actually blooms on this one. And this is, let's see, that's a sunray tomato. I've never grown it before. Beautiful plant. And if you see, I've got to come in and pick my kale. I've left my kale. I couldn't part with it, but I'm just keeping it cut back really close, and I just haven't got out here and picked it. So I just didn't want to part with it. We've enjoyed having it all winter off and on, and it's nice to be able to have a little something fresh. So I have planted some carrots in between some of these tomatoes. I don't know that they're up yet. Yeah, some carrots are starting to come up. I believe this is carrot here. This is weeds. Tommy's done a good job of keeping the weeds out.
Looks like I've got some work to do though. I see some growing up.
But you've got to be careful. Halfway of this row, I've got carrots planted in between the tomatoes. It in there. He leaves that to me because I know.
I weed between the rows.
But if you see right here, I've got one carrot plant. I planted these a while back, and well, I have 3 right here, and they just haven't done. Right here, this is a moist area, so I'm gonna see. And I've got some beets on further down. I wanted to be able to utilize my sides. I know not for tomatoes because they'll get too tall, but I haven't had great success growing stuff. Can you go over here?
Yeah.
A lot of times when you dig up full-grown plants and transplant them, they do not do well because you disturb the roots and everything. But let me show you what I did. This lettuce right here was from some seeds that I planted. I only had a few come up. The rest is weeds around it. This also was from seeds that I planted, and I see it's yucky. It looks, I need to harvest these, I think. Aren't they cute? Anyway, but this lettuce here, right here, and right here. Now this is one that died. That died. But I transplanted them. If you remember, if you watch some of our videos on these rows, where, I'm dizzy, I've bent down too fast. On this row right here was my lettuce row, and I had some plants that hadn't gone to seed yet. And so when I was getting the ground ready for the tomatoes, I just dug up the lettuce plants and moved them over here. These 2, well, 3 of them, one died. But you see, I've picked lettuce off of them at least once, and I'm gonna pick some more today. So I'm very pleased. And I just planted this to kind of look at it, but this is called a butterhead lettuce, and I'm gonna try and grow some like this for the market instead of doing just true leaf lettuce, because it's very labor intensive washing the leaf lettuce, and I usually wash it at least 3 times. If my water's not clean, I'll wash it again. So with this lettuce, I will do an initial dunking of it and everything, but it'll be up to the purchaser to really wash it and cut the head apart and everything. So I'm gonna see how that goes. And if it works, I have a few seedlings that are up, so I'm just gonna plan on having, 2, 3, 4 bags of that kind of lettuce at the market and see how it goes. I'm gonna try and plant it. I need to plant some more today. I wanted to plant some every week that would be ripening, each week of the market, but I think I've skipped a week or 2 in there. But anyway, but we have our work cut out for us. I hope we get all these tomatoes off the ground. I don't know if you can see. Can you show them down here? This tomato is upright, but this one is totally leaned over. You see it all laid down, and I don't want it. It's starting to root. and I don't want them to root laying down on the ground. So that's what our plans are for today, but plans can change. So
Let's see, let me
grass. We got grass, a little grass to get out too.
look at a couple of comments. I'm turning this microphone around. I'm hoping it's not like really messing up the sound. Sorry if it is. There's one comment in particular I want to look at because somebody was giving you a suggestion of somebody who has a bunch of tomato stringing videos.
Oh, okay, good. We need that.
So let me go all the way back to the top. Let's see. Glad to see everybody. Thank y'all for jumping on.
Y'all.
Brenda and the Broussard Homestead. Music
Well,
Well.
Duncan 1900. Hey.
Let's see. Spring Hill Farms, Music Well says they have a lot of tomato and pepper stringing videos.
Well, it should say it
Cukes
works.
also.
Works best with single stemmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering about that, but I'm gonna try it anyway and
We're
see.
gonna try it
Hey,
anyway.
Andy.
Because never mind. I started to say I hope it proves that cattle pounds are best, but I just love the
It's
cattle
cheaper.
panels. Yeah. Hey Andy. Geeky Gardens.
Garden, Broussard Homestead. You said them already.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so I think that's about it. Noah's Ark said it's pouring there, and I think they're in southeast Michigan. I saw. Well, we had a gully washer here
we had
yesterday.
so much rain. Well, no, day before yesterday, and it rained again yesterday.
Yeah, it was
It
day
was
before.
so
Was it day
bad.
before that it was so
yeah,
bad?
Southeast Michigan.
Day before it was so bad. It was the most non-hurricane rain I think I've ever seen. Speaking of rain, there's Mr. Rain.
Hey, Mr. Rain.
Hey, Mr. Rain.
Darlene Thompson. Good morning from Oregon.
Yay!
Hey,
Cameron's
hey,
back
Linda.
in Oregon. Cameron was able
Yep.
to come in for Patty's mom's funeral,
Yep.
and we were very glad about that.
Thank you, Duncan.
Hey Heidi, thank you
Hey,
very much,
Heidi.
Heidi. That's sweet
Thank
of you. Hey Debbie,
Debbie.
Leatherwood Land.
Got a lot of y'all on here this
Yeah, I
morning.
appreciate that. We got 20 people right now.
Well, thank you.
Do you grow shrubbery?
Do I grow shrubbery?
Never mind.
Heidi? Go back down right quick. Oh, talking about Linda Martinez, talking about getting a greenhouse. Well, you know, we had really, really high wind, but we don't have wind all the time. So I don't
Yeah.
know about your area, but it did fine. We had it completely closed because we have the plants growing.
Well,
you know,
our little bitty greenhouse that we made out of cattle panels did fine.
yeah, which it's more lower profile too. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
Ooh,
Duncan
Brendan
said
was in
30s.
the 30s
Yeah.
last
Well, we
night.
were in the 40s, and don't you know, I looked out this morning and the walk-through door was open. So
Yeah.
I,
Hey, the Max Happy Homestead.
hey y'all.
All right.
But anyway,
So we'd love to sit here and chat all morning, or
Yep.
is it noon yet? Anyway, out of
Out of
Goshen.
Goshen.
Hey.
it's getting close. It's 10:44.
Oh my gosh. Well, we slept late today. We
did?
well, I did. You know, we've had some sleep to catch up on. The last week has been a blur and been very exhausting. So I feel pretty caught up. So anyway, we got to get moving, getting these tomatoes strung up. So thank you guys for jumping on with us this morning, and keep an eye out, and we'll post a video of trying this stringing method anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Y'all have a great day.